Hi everybody, happy Thursday, happy National Day of Sovereignty. It's a day when you remember your own sovereignty and you remember your power and your choices, and you remember that anything and anyone outside of you only has the power that you give them. That's what today is. And moving forward from today, may you remember that every day. Hi everyone, as you come in, let me know how you are. I was going to do a live today with Jai, and we have changed that to most likely next weekend. So it's going to be me talking about something else that has been very much wanting to come out since I saw a post earlier this week. And it's a post that I saw someone share and many people shared, right? And I didn't want to make a comment on any of the posts as I saw them coming up, but I want to talk about it because, okay, I'm going to read you the post, and then and you'll notice, you'll maybe understand why people were so drawn to it, and then I'm going to unpack it a little bit. I'm not going to be on for ages, but I'm going to unpack it a little bit as to why I have an issue with it. Okay, like why it just screams out at me of like, oh, wanting. Okay, so the post was this. It's written by somebody that I don't know. I don't know this person. Document the moments you feel most in love with yourself. What were you wearing? Who you're around? What you're doing? Recreate and repeat. Document the moments you feel most in love with yourself. What were you wearing? Who were you around? What were you doing? Recreate and repeat. And people loved it. They went, brilliant, genius, life hack, great, wonderful. And it was when a friend of mine shared it that I then DM'd her and said, I have a huge issue with this. And I knew that she would be all right with my perspective from it. And when I told her why I had an issue with it, like she was able to see that straight away. So here's what happens when you feel happy, feel in love, feel on a high, feel light, joyful, whatever, and you connect that with what you're wearing, who you're around, what you're doing. What happens is you at that moment are giving your power to that thing that you think is creating that joy, that you think is creating that happiness. And when that thing is no longer in your life, you are devastated. It falls apart. You need to recreate it, right? When you relate the happiness you feel with the numbers on your scales, when those numbers come up, then you can no longer have that happiness. If you were to document the moments when you're most in love with yourself and look at what you're wearing, how much power am I going to give a cardigan? So now this cardigan's gone, that's my favorite cardigan. Oh my God, I'm devastated. Now we're little children walking around with a blankie. Now we're little children walking around with our favorite little bunny. And what happens if Bunny accidentally gets left in the park? We lose our shit, right? When we relate because what happens is when we think this is how it works, and most people do, a large percentage of the population thinks this is how it works. The outside sparks something in me, and then I am happy. This relationship, and now I'm in love. This person, I remember a very long time, I would have been like early 20s, late teens. And a friend of mine had just gotten into a new relationship, and she said, he makes me feel so beautiful. And I said, well, if he can make you feel beautiful, if you think he can make you feel beautiful, then he can also make you feel not beautiful. How much power are you willing to put in the hands of something outside of you? Because when those things leave and go, that's when I often see people arrive and start doing sessions with me and they're devastated. Now I'm devastated because that thing has gone. When you think something outside of you makes you beautiful or makes you in love or makes you happy or makes you worthy, what happens then when you're ill? When now you're single? When you lose that job? When you can't fit into that wardrobe anymore? When it's not sunny every day? What happens? And so I'm going to read it again, and I just want to see whether, and I'd love you to let me know, did it kind of really resonate with you first time round and you were like, yes? Has that shifted, or did you already recognize warning bells? Okay, because we are sold this so much that we think it is how life works. We are sold it through movies. We are sold it through stories as kids. We are sold it as how life works. I will be happy when I get this. I will be happy when I weigh this. I will be happy when I am this age. I will be happy when I can live here. I will be happy when I have a partner. I will be, and it's constant. And thinking that any of those things is what actually would make you feel most in love with yourself is its recipe for disaster. Okay, great. I'm glad that I'm explaining it well. So I'm going to read it out again, and I'd love you to listen to it with a different kind of understanding. Document the moments you feel most in love with yourself. What were you wearing? Who were you around? What you're doing? Recreate and repeat. And what happens when you can't recreate and repeat? Your ego will have a panic attack. Your ego will become the kid that's just lost the bunny in the park. Your ego will freak the fuck out because there goes, and think about all the love songs, all the movies, all of that. Oh, there it goes. The other day, I was actually talking to a client and she said to me, at the moment, I feel so in love with my husband and I'm worried about losing that. I'm worried about losing the relationship. She said, at the moment, I am just so in love with him. And I said, it's important that you know that has absolutely nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with him. The love you feel for someone else has nothing to do with them and everything to do with your capacity to love. That person can resonate with you. That person can spark with you. That person can align with you. That person does not have anything to do with the level of love that you are able to feel or that you feel in that moment. That love will go up and down depending on you, not that person. Right? Because when that love is real, no matter what that person does, you will still feel that love. Doesn't mean you will choose to align, doesn't mean you will choose to stay in a relationship, but you will still feel that love. Sometimes that person doesn't change at all, and yet you do not feel that love anymore. So your ability to love has everything to do with you and nothing to do with the recipient of that love. And so when you're feeling most in love with yourself, don't look outside, look on the inside. Okay, how have I gotten myself to feeling this today? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I allowing myself? How am I allowing myself to be in this feeling? Not what is around me. Okay, so I'd love to know. Thank you. Sorry, I have to zoom off. No worries. My thought was how boring to recreate the same moments over and over, and yet a lot of people want to do that. Let's recreate it, right? How many people, how many egos, how many people they have a big high in one time in their lives, maybe in their career, in their relationship, and then it's always about recreating that. It's always about recreating the high. It's always about recreating because we think that is what caused it. And that is what so much of egos, that is why things can't change unless you change your mind. That is why we give so much power outside of us, because then we think we give power to numbers on a scale to determine how we feel. We give power to a pair of jeans that's hanging in the cupboard, that when we can put those back on, we feel good. We will walk down the street going, oh, fucking look at me, right? And it's all about the jeans. And this is how much power we literally give power to material. We give power to clothing, let alone all the other things like people and situations and things like that. Pick the time you were brainwashed by the Matrix. Best recreate and repeat. Yeah, beautiful. But you know what? They can. Oh, hey Sue. Yeah, love this conversation. So true. It's always an inside job. Yeah, and I can understand why a lot of people shared it, and I can understand why people went, yeah, this is really good, because we get sold this. We get sold it in all the movies and all the songs. You know, like, yeah, it's all telling us to look outside. So I just wanted to read that out. I didn't want to bag the post on everybody who shared it, but it's such a good teaching moment, because this is what I literally then do the work with the client, where I am there then and we're going, okay, let's unpack. Yes, I know they left. Yes, I know you're devastated. Yes, I know, like, life, you know, feels like it's never going to be the same. But all the things you are and all the things you felt and all the things you were able to experience were actually because of your ability to do that, your ability to reach that, and actually had nothing to do with that human being. Okay, that person played that out with you. That person went into that experience with you, but it was your ability. It was your ability to feel that love. It was your ability to be in that moment. It was your ability to have that experience, to be open to it, that actually allowed you to experience that, not that person. You could literally have plucked that person out and put someone else in, and you could have done the exact same thing. Any thoughts, any questions? Otherwise, I'll hop off. I just wanted to share that with you today. Be very mindful how much we actually give our power away. Okay? We do the same thing when we're not feeling great. I mean, you could have, you know, I found, because I write stuff down constantly, I literally have enough bits of paper. I could probably build a house with, like, literal, like, oh, that'll be a good quote, that'll be a good meme, that'll be a good whatever, right? And I found where I had written, because the ego feels so, is like, rejects feeling uncomfortable so much, when it does, it immediately looks to what's around to put the blame on that. And that is like the same thing that comes from that same kind of realm, right? Because if you believe this, if you've been led to believe this, then you're also going to, that's the flip side, that's the other side of that coin. Then when I feel bad, when I hate myself, when I feel ugly, when I don't, you know, whatever, it's your fault. When I'm sad, when I'm depressed, I look around. What am I wearing? What does the scale say? Who am I around? What have I just experienced? What has my partner just said to me? That's the reason I feel that way. And when I put it in that perspective, I hope that you can really see and really feel into how disempowering that is, and how you never take full responsibility if that's the way you're living your life. So, yeah, any questions, any comments? How is everybody today on this National Day of Sovereignty? How is everybody? Is it sunny where you are? It is beautiful here up on the mountain. It's warm. Trumpsy's already out on the deck sunning her bits. Any questions? Any thoughts? What are your plans for the day? Are you having a slow, quiet, gentle day? Slow, quiet, gentle morning? MORN. No, okay. Everybody's quiet today, just chilling out and relaxing. All right, I'll keep it short and sweet. Please share it, because I would love for people to, like, let's not bag the quote. if it wakes people up and if it gets them to see how misguided that is, beautiful. What a great, powerful teaching opportunity. I've stopped colouring my hair. I own it. If I don't take on the why are you doing that for? Yep. Beautiful. Rainy in Sydney. Oh, okay. I'm stuck at work in Chatty, no sun. Oh, yeah. Well, you'll have to be the sun, Alyssa. You'll have to be the sun. Be the sun. Be the shine today. Be the shine in Chatty. All right, everybody. Share this. If you're rewatching it, let me know. On first hearing, actually, I'd be interested to know, anybody that's here, did it shift your perspective? When you first heard it, did you think, yep, that's a good one? And you know, that's the other thing, like that teaches us, is not to reject something, but to kind of, because the things that teach us how not to be teach us as much as the things that are examples of how to be. They're just as powerful. And so in a way that has been. All right. Pleasure, Alana. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for being here. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely weekend. And yeah, please share and let me know if this has helped you open up the perspective of giving your power away. Be really mindful of that at this time and moving forward. All right. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Okay, Alana. Yeah. So a lot of people I know shared it. A lot of people had shared it. And so what a great teaching opportunity. All right. Much love.